Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the grand finale of SMA Season 1. The Group 2 series may be complete, but we have one last hurrah to finish off this season with something completely away from the norm for this special event tonight. The championship may have been sewn up by Levitius, securing champion status for SMA Season 1, with Deaky nailed on for the runners-up position 2. But we still have that last elusive podium step up for grabs with the top 3 to receive prizes. So still something to race for in what I hope to be another showpiece affair in the SMA. I am Flawed Genius Gaming, taking you through for the last time this season, joined by my acclaimed Scottish colleague that I'm sure is very excited and eagerly anticipating the final showdown. It is the legendary presenter from the stars of SMA, Hugh Hatrick. Good evening to you, Hugh, and how are you today?
Hello, Sean, and hello to the viewers. I'm very well, thanks, and thoroughly looking forward to the final race tonight. I'm sure it's going to be a cracker. We've got the latest hypercars in the Aston Martin Valkyrie, so it's going to be close. It's going to be, they've got some wonderful liveries as well. And here at the Red Bull Ring, anything can happen. Lots of great history. So yes, thoroughly looking forward. Can't wait to get started tonight.
Yes, indeed. It's certainly going to be a cracker. That is for sure. But SMA is sponsored by Simulator Cave, the haven for all your high-end sim goodies, your number one place for all your sim racing requirements. Link is in the description below, and go onto their website, simulatorcave.com, for any future sim racing purchases. And if you're unsure on what you need, book yourself an in-house tour and testing session, providing that in-depth experience you really crave for. SMA is also sponsored by TGSC Cape Town Golf Academy, the hotbed of nurturing talented golfing students to reach their full potential. And proudly associated with the MSA, which are partnered by the FIA, the only place for official leagues in South Africa. And speaking of official leagues, the registration date for the MSA Cup is now confirmed to open on the 5th of May. So get yourself ready for it. This is your place to compete in the most prestigious event South Africa has to offer. Your chance to make history and to be officially accredited for your achievements and earn the right to win your Springboks jackets, all from under the same umbrella of the world governing body of motorsport, that is the FIA and Motorsport South Africa. So make sure you check out the appropriate sections in our SMA Discord for further details. A big thank you to the sponsors for that continued support throughout this season. However, I guess it is time to find out what's in store for the grand finale today, SMA's showpiece event. Hugh, if you can please give us all the details.
Right, Sean, today is the final round of the SMA Season 1, and what an event we have in store for you all today. We are in the Styrian Mountains of Austria for the fast-flowing circuit of the Red Bull Ring. It's a track that has massive history of controversial races with famous passes and crashes. So today, could we add to that history? And this is a circuit as well with serious track limits. Our drivers will be using every bit of the track available and watching out they don't run wide, as any penalties will be very painful. So let's have a look at the track. The circuit, which is located in Spielberg in the Austrian Alps, is owned by Red Bull and plays host to the Austrian Grand Prix from 2014 onwards, as well as hosting the Grand Prix 25 times between 1970 and 2003. Now the distance is exactly 4.326 kilometers, and there are 9 corners, and as we said, it's located in Austria. Now, there are quite a few elevation changes. You go up steep hills and then come down big hills as well. It was formerly named as the A1 Ring, but now known as the Red Bull Ring. And our settings tonight for the race. Our qualifying will be 10 minutes, the race will be 40 laps, the fuel consumption is ×3, and the tyre wear is ×3, with a grid start with a false start deck. And the compounds of tyre that are available are the softs and the mediums. So with that kind of tyre wear and fuel wear, it's going to be a strategy from the gods that you're going to need to get perfect, because this car is difficult to drive and the tyres don't last very long. So we'll go to the car. It is, of course, the Aston Martin Valkyrie. What an incredible car. And this, for the special event, they actually did a poll, and this was the car that was chosen. A hypercar essentially with some characteristics from the LMP race cars in terms of top speeds and acceleration, but not quite the downforce that those cars possess. So a tricky car to control, and it needs to be respected. So Sean, how did the racers fare in the last round at the Daytona road course?
Yeah, good question. So the story of round 11 at Daytona road course saw TNR Levitius seal the championship in style by recording his 8th win in a row and making it 9 wins in total to become Season 1 SMA champion. But he had to do it the hard way, as there were at least 3 other drivers making life very difficult for him, fighting for every corner. But in the end, there was no stopping him with a genius bit of play for the overcut on strategy, edged in front with just a few laps to go, and never looked back to finally seal the fate of the championship in what was one of the best race finishes of the season. Something that summed up the race was the last gasp effort from TNR Papaya Racer on VSR Richard. The final lap at the bus stop chicane, they went side by side with Richard in front. It was TNR's Papaya Racer with the better exit, securing only his 3rd podium of the season to finish in 2nd ahead of VSR Richard, who had to settle for 3rd, and that was only due to his teammate Wolfie that ran out of fuel moments before the checkered line, initially overtaking Richard for 3rd, but Richard had more speed to pip him to the post, and Wolfie had to settle for 4th position. It was yet another solid display from VSR's Giller to secure an excellent P5, and after a remarkable qualifying display from VSR's Fish, qualifying in 3rd, wasn't able to hit the heady heights during the race. Nevertheless, it was still an excellent performance to finish in 6th position. And then equaling his best finish of the season, it was MGR Kennels who tried something a little bit different and definitely reaped the rewards by finishing in 7th position ahead of TNR's Captain Slow, who produced yet another solid display to finish in 8th. In 9th, we saw TNR's Joubert with another good finish for back-to-back top 10 finishes, and in 10th, it was the first of the 2 Puma drivers, Neil, gaining more valuable points for him ahead of teammate Mac, who secured the last finish of the race for 11th position. As we had 3 retirements from the race, those were VSR's JDJ, TNR's teammates of Whipperman and Deaky, not able to finish, unfortunately. And so this means the standings after 11 rounds sees TNR's Levitius, as mentioned before, crowned champion for the SMA Season 1 and extend his lead to Deaky to 59 points, with Deaky already cementing his runner-up spot. It's 3rd position that is still up for grabs. With VSR Richard currently occupying that 3rd spot, he is away today due to work commitments, meaning the fight will be between VSR Wolfie in 4th and TNR Papaya Racer in 5th, who have been rivals throughout the season, and this is set to go to the wire, with Wolfie having the upper hand with an 11-point advantage to Papaya Racer. So if Papaya Racer was to win today, Wolfie would need a 3rd or better from the race to claim a top 3 for the season. Anything less and Papaya Racer gets the top 3 with a prize at stake here. Not mathematically out of it, but highly doubtful to challenge is VSR Giller, who occupies 6th position and is 10 points in front of his teammate JDJ in 7th, who has suffered triple back-to-back retirements to end his season on a whimper. In 8th position, we have VSR Fish on his lonesome, not likely to move up or down. And in 9th, we have Pumas Neil, who is 10 points in front of rising TNR Captain Slow, who has moved into 10th position ahead of Pumas Mac, who is just 5 points ahead of 12th position driver TNR Whipperman. Then we have a fight for not coming last in Tier 1, with MGR Kennels moving off the bottom to 13th position, just 1 point in front of TNR Gilbert. So things could get definitely interesting between the two drivers today. I'm sure this will be a roller coaster of a race. Anything can happen, and it normally does, as I expect no different from our last race of the season. But Hugh, how are the conditions looking out there for the drivers? Over to you, Hugh.
Well, Sean, it's nice and clear weather today. We have blue skies, so nice dry weather, so they'll be able to make the most of their soft and medium tyres. And I have to say, when I've seen these liveries on the cars and just how great they look, I think it's going to be fantastic to watch the drivers tonight. And in practice, it's been so close with Gallara Brown and Wolfie with just fractions in it. So we'll have to see, can they turn that into qualifying pace? Will they be at the front? One thing is for sure, Levitius is there as well, always looking like he could take another victory. But certainly it's going to be very exciting. We've got obviously the strategy as well. Will it be a two-stop? Will they do the medium, perhaps 15 laps on each one, and then do the rest on the softs? Or will they do fewer laps on the medium and a three-stop, so they will do 14 laps on the medium on each stint, and then do the remaining 12 laps on the soft? So there's a few issues there. It's going to be, can you master those tyres? Can you keep them going? Can you have to fuel save as well to make sure that you've got enough fuel to get to the stops you need? We'll find out soon in qualifying, and then of course the race, Sean. But it's going to be a fantastic display from SMA.
Yes, indeed. So, yes, we've got the usual 10-minute qualifier ahead of this 40-lap race here at the Red Bull Ring. And, yeah, certainly, this is certainly going to be an interesting one, because this is not the usual cars that the drivers normally use. Of course, we've been used to seeing the Group 2 cars all season. But now we're in these hypercars, which are essentially road cars. So it's, yeah, I don't know what to expect here. The one thing I will say, at least it's sunny out there, so no rain to think of as far as I know. So we'll have to see how the drivers get on, and we may get on board with Gallara to bring us around the lap at Red Bull Ring. But just to welcome in everyone that's in chat right now. Well, we had Kennels, we had Levitius, of course, driving in this one, so good luck to them. They probably can't hear me, but best of luck to them, of course. Keith, welcome. Lee, welcome. Parquet, welcome. And Hugh, welcome in chat. so yeah, good to see you all. Let us know who you are backing in this race, because I've got a feeling that there could be a few changes in the grid. This is certainly going to be a very unpredictable race, and this is the type of car that really does spit you off the circuit if you do not respect the power this car truly possesses, because generally speaking, you have to be a smooth operator, particularly out of the slow exits, and the rear wheels do like to spin up quite a fair bit. So we'll have to wait and see how the drivers get on here, but we are on board with Giller at the moment. It's looking pretty solid, and I have to say, I was actually testing with him earlier on today, and he was looking very, very competitive, very, very fast as well, and I don't think he even made a mistake. I was so impressed with him. So there's going to be some high hopes on some big shoulders there, I'm pretty sure. But of course, this is the opening lap. So it's just important to get a banker lap in, And yeah, I would imagine they'll be changing onto new tyres, because as you can see from the graphic, the soft tyres do run down very quickly as he comes across the line with a 1 minute 15.7. Wolfie going 3/10 quicker, and Neil 1.5 tenths quicker to move up into pole position with that 1 minute 15.2, but then replaced by Fish, part of VSR, who is half a tenth up on him with a 1 minute 15.178. So let's get on board with the overall camera view, or the TV camera view, should I say. And Deaky with a bit of a moment into the wall, and luckily it's qualifying, but he's in fourth position with Latari Racing up into fifth position, Gillard down into sixth, Whipperman seventh, Captain Slow eighth. We got Kennels in the pits, but he's in ninth position, and then we got Papaya Racer in 10th, and it looks like Levitius is not going to set a lap in quali,
Yeah, I was just saying that. He was on the medium tyres as he went round there, and as he completed his lap, which is all the others are on of course, the soft tyre. But yeah, he's back in the pits. But I know he had a few connection issues earlier, so we hope that he can compete properly, that there won't be any technical issues to deny him that chance to race. But yes, Bibby's having a few struggles with that car. But great to see Fish and Puma Racing Neil right up there at the top of the table at the moment. But they've got roughly just under 6 minutes to go, so Leviticus could well come back out and have another run. They're all coming back into the pits to get a bit more fuel, to refuel, and also to have fresh soft tyres, because the tyre wear is very severe here. When I was doing qualifying this morning, I was lucky to get 5 or 6 laps before you could really feel the difference in those tyres. But yes, we'll need to see what happens to Levitius, but we'll keep our eyes on that table.
Indeed we will. And one mover and shaker, Gillard was able to improve on his lap time to within half a tenth of a second of his fellow teammate, the VSR driver of Fish. So yeah, very close times between the three drivers. It's really good to see Puma Racing Neil up in second position as well. Clearly likes these cars. So and of course the interesting dynamic is for the second time this season, they're in the same car. So as oh my god, we saw bit of lag there from Latari Racing. I was wondering if he was going into another stratosphere there, but yeah, he's back on the circuit for now. But yeah, DK fifth position. I do wonder whether or not these cars suit him, but yeah, Latari in sixth position. That's a good position so far, but we still got half of the qualifying session to go as Papaya Racer does improve into seventh position. But I mean, look at the times. We are talking 7 tenths between the top 8 drivers. It's looking like Captain Slow is the captain of Slow right now, who is 5.5 seconds behind the leaders. So perhaps just warming up the tyres, and maybe we'll start seeing his true pace in the coming lap as Kennels goes up into P9 then, who sets a 1 minute 16.6 for him. So good improvement there from Kennels. And as I said, I think Levitius is going to be starting from the back of the grid, perhaps trying that last to first challenge, I think, Hugh.
Yes, I was just going to say, I think he's just waiting to see how many people he can scare as he comes, if he does start from the back of the field. But an interesting thing, of course, with this Aston Martin is that it has the overtake button, and if you don't use it, you're going to lose out massively. So you have to make sure that your wheel and pedals is all mapped up to make sure that you've got that overtake, because there's so many places that you can use it. In fact, a little bird said to me earlier that you only use it in fourth and fifth gears to get the best out of it. So yeah, it's quite a car. To be fair, I think this Valkyrie is a bit more, the handling, although it can be scary, is a bit more kind of nimble. You know, you can get used to it. It's not as bad as some of the old Group 1 racers, you know, like the Le Mans style cars that were really, really dodgy. But because there is the way that they've dialed the car in, there is a bit of room for error in terms of, as long as you don't understeer too much, it does react quite well to your steering inputs. But it's a wonderfully dramatic looking car, and of course it's only been out for a year or two. And there goes Puma Racing Neil with a 1:15.045. Sean, I'll hand it back to you. The times are very, very quick indeed.
Yes, they are, and I am thoroughly impressed with Neil right now. Yes, he has gone over a tenth quicker than Fish into pole position. So Neil is certainly the man to watch then in this race. But yeah, we've got a few more people in chat right now. So we got Sir Mags in there. Hello to you, sir. Hopefully you're doing
Ian.
well. And
Ian from DTR.
Yes, Ian from DTR as well. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the madness that is Red Bull Ring with the Aston Martin Valkyrie hypercars. Yeah, certainly Neil is putting on a bit of a show for us because he's gone very fast, although he's looking like he's going very slow right now. So perhaps content with his time, I think.
He's just been pipped by a fraction.
Yes, he
by
has.
Gallara Brown.
He has indeed. Good spot there. Has got that half a second penalty, so don't think he's going to go quicker after that, because I think that is his last lap of qualifying. So so far so good for Giller. Half a tenth up with that 1 minute 14.993. That is rapid, I have to say. That is the fastest time I've seen so far, and I'm including all the practice that I've seen and also competed in as well, and yeah, that's a lot faster than my time, I have to say, which I don't like to admit, but yeah, I did say that he was the man to watch when I did spot him in practice, and he's certainly come up trumps there with seeing if Wolfie can better him, because Wolfie was also looking quite competitive too. He's in fourth position. As he approaches the line, he comes across the line with a 1 minute 15.1, 2 tenths up on his previous best, up into P3. So that was a good last-ditch effort from Wolfie. I don't think he's going to have enough time to do one more lap. So we've got a final lap. Oh, as Fish goes a bit sideways and squirrely out the exit, and that has cost him then. And Papaya Racer not able to improve either, who's in 7th position. Latari Racing with the pole position time of a 1 minute 14.958, saving the best to last. And what a phenomenal lap that was from Latari Racing, and that is definitely more like it from Latari Racing, because of course he is battling to try not to finish last in tier 1, and that's certainly put the panic button on Kennels, I think, who has qualified in P9, Hugh.
My goodness, that was a fantastic lap. He just got it absolutely right and pipped Gallara Brown by 0.035. You couldn't really get any closer than that. But let's see what they're going to do, because this qualifying has finished. The race is about to begin, and it's all to play for. And we've got a proper grid start as well. Will we see carnage at turn 1? Or will they manage to get round and be very respectful? Let's see. It's the last race of the season, Sean. It's going to be a cracker.
It certainly is, and let's just quickly run you through the grid order then. So we've got Latari Racing on pole position. Yes, what a lap. Oh my God, and my PS5 is overheating. I hope I can continue on here. It is a hot day here in the UK, so hopefully I don't get that message again. But yeah, Latari Racing starts on pole position ahead of Giller on in P2 on row 1. Row 2 will have Puma Racing Neil in P3 and VSR Wolfie in 4th position on row 2. Row 3 will be VSR Fish ahead of Deaky, who will be starting alongside him on row 3. On row 4 we got Papaya Racer in 7th position, and starting alongside him will be TNR Whipperman, who will be starting alongside him in 8th position. Then we've got Kennels on row 5. Joining alongside him will be TNR Captain Slow from 10th position, and then Levitius will be starting at the back of the grid, who didn't set a lap time. So we'll see if he can make the last to first challenge work for him. I suspect he's got his work cut out, but we will see what happens. Yeah, sorry for that, guys. I don't know exactly what happened there on my PlayStation, so hopefully that is oh, okay. We are going to fix some technical issues in the lobby. I think we may have just had a disconnection. So if you could just bear with us for a couple of minutes. But Hugh, what are your thoughts on this race, and any early predictions?
Well, it's so close. I mean, there's just fractions in it right the way through the whole grid, which really shows how competitive our drivers are. And when I think I was only doing a 1:16.5, I'd have been well down the field with my qualifying performance this morning. But these drivers are getting really every bit out of the corners, every bit of acceleration, every bit of late braking, and really doing themselves proud with a fantastic display of driving. It's so close, but with a grid start and all that power, what kind of traction control settings are they going to need? Will they make places up at the start? It's going to be very, very close, and I think anything could happen. And even if you're right at the back of the grid, you've probably got a chance to make up a lot of places. And for Kennels and Latari Racing, well, they're going to have an event, I'm sure. But can Latari keep his place, or will it be a bit of a battle? Sean, I can't wait till it gets started.
Yeah, me too. It's certainly going to be a very interesting one for sure. And we're just getting the final messages from the race director, and away we will go. So so just to confirm with you guys, so Gillard is going to start from first position. In fact, he's not, because they're setting the grid, and that is not correct, is it? Well, I think Gillard.
It's Latari. Was it Latari?
It was Latari Racing, wasn't it? Starting on pole position. That's correct. Yeah. Actually, I won't read out the order there. But yeah, just something that's quite interesting though is it seems like a lot of the drivers are using the medium tyres to start us off on this 40-lap race here at the Red Bull Ring. So, good evening to everyone that's just popping into the chat now as well. We've got to say a good evening to, is it Mbappe, to CJ, to Kieran, to Salim, and we've got, of course, the SMA in here as well as Julius as well. Good to see you in here. Let us know who you are vying for, who you are predicting that could get the race win, or who you're actually backing to grab even a top 3 position or the race win. Be nice to see in chat. And also as well, if you haven't already done so, please do hit that like button if you haven't already done so, because it really does help out the channel and really push the content to all 4 corners of the globe. And if you are new to the channel, please do consider hitting that subscribe button as well, as we chase down 200 subscribers, which will be an amazing achievement for the drivers. So we are about for the drivers for the channel, sorry, as we await the red lights. Then we have got Latari Racing on row 1 ahead of Galara, starting alongside him with Puma Racing Neil in P3 and Wolfie in P4 on row 2, as we got 5 red lights. Lights are out, and away we go for this 40-lap race here at the Red Bull Ring in the grand finale of Season 1 in the SMA, as Galara sweeps around the outside of Latari Racing, and Puma Racing Neil as well gets through as well. So Latari Racing down 2 positions then, and now it looks like he's going to be a 3rd position, as Wolfie looks like he's got the... in fact, Latari Racing with a lot of lag there, and I think Wolfie did get through, but I'm not sure exactly what happened in the background there, as there was a bit of a lot of lag. But look at Levitius, he's made up 3 positions already from the start, made that 4 positions as he moves up into 7th position with him breathing down the neck of Vars Vartovis in 6th position, or Virsar's Fish, should I call it. Papaya Racing P8, Kennels P9, Whipperman in P10, Captain Slow in P11. Let's go back up to the top of the grid then, and Gillard is leading the train down the hill for the penultimate corner. Puma Racing Neil doing really well though to stay in that tow to Gillard then, but as mentioned, all the drivers are on the racing medium tyres. So Wolfie's in P3, Latari Racing P4, and Deaky in P5 as well. So again, there's more lag. What is going on with Latari's connection? But Latari is, he's a bit of a... what can I say? A bit of a hazard for the drivers, I think, because I'm pretty sure it's not just me seeing that lag on screen as Deaky looks to swing down the inside and move up into P4, or they're going to be side by side. So we come down the hill and approach Schloss Goal for turn number 4. And Deaky does make it stick and move up into 4th position with Latari Racing sinking down into P5. And I was looking to get on board with the replay there, but it looks like there's so much going on as Fish has picked up a 1 second penalty as well, which is certainly not going to help his cause, as he has cut the track limits quite severely there. So he'll be serving that penalty and he'll be sinking down many a position, with Levitis looking now to go up into 6th position, Papaya Racer up into P7, and Fish now down into 8th position. So it is all kicking off right now, and maybe this will be the perfect opportunity for me to look at the replay. So this was the grid start then, and Giller got a very, very good start. It looked like Puma Racing Neil and Giller caught Latari Racing cold on the start, lost 2 positions and then a 3rd position when Wolfie went up the inside to take that P3 away from him. But yeah, Hugh, how's it looking on your end? Anything to look out for?
I've just seen Captain Slow run wide at the first hairpin, the quarter turn 3, and he's gone down into 11th place, and Kennels has gone ahead of him. In fact, it looks like Vardavas is struggling. I wonder if he had an off there just going into the downhill section, because he's down into 11th. So he must have made a mistake somewhere, because Captain Slow and Kennels are ahead of him, and Vardavas is now down in 11th place. But yes, very close. There's a few groups, as we see, but we've got the front runners.
Oh, Levitz is up the inside of Wolfie to move up into P4. Ahead of Wolfie, that sinks down into P5, and now he's going to be catching up to Deaky, who didn't get the best exit out of the final turn of lap number 3. So Levitius is climbing up positions. He has moved up 7 positions from the grid start, and he's making it look rather easy. Sorry, Hugh, had to cut in there because there was some racing action.
Oh, that's fine. 10% of the race done as you're on lap 4. And look at that, already 7 places made. And Levitius is catching Deaky and certainly putting the pressure on. But Wolf is there in 5th. Papaya Racer Latari is just gone into 6th place there. So it's it's a very close pack. There's 3.2 seconds from 6th place to 1st. So that front running group is really not covered by very much. And looking at the tyre wear, it's very, very low so far. And they've all got plenty of fuel. So we're going to see, I'm sure, plenty of moves coming through the field. And as Levitius has already made up 7 places, can he make up any more?
Who knows? Let's see if I can catch the replay of Fish. Oh, God, wrong camera. No, it looks like we missed him. But, yeah, so... unfortunate that, but Fish down into P11 then, but let's get back on board with the leaders then, because we've got Deaky, who has closed that gap to Puma Racing Neil then, who is in tow of VSR Giller then, so very close between the 3 drivers. But as mentioned, Levi has really closed that gap to Deaky now to beneath 0.4 of a second. So certainly these 4 are on a charge, but I would say that from where Levitius started, I would say that Levitius is the fastest man on the circuit, with the fastest lap time as well of a 1 minute 16.3. So that is very, very fast, I have to say, on the medium tyre. So Levitius so far making it look easy, Hugh.
Yes, he's really showing his skills. In fact, he's done a 16.3 on the mediums. I couldn't even do that on the softs. So it just shows you the different skill gap there. There's a bit of a touch there between 2nd and 3rd. Pure Racing Neil and Deaky challenging, and Deaky tries to go through on the inside there as they come through the S's, but there's a bit of a touch, but Neil hangs on just, and Levitis is going to try and pick up the pieces there, Sean. It's certainly quite something as they come into the last couple of corners. What is going to happen there? Deaky's now in 2nd place. Puma Racing into third, Levidius into fourth, and as they come across the line, it's neck and neck. Just as they come down the start-finish straight, it's a difficult bit to overtake, but will he go for it? And he's done it. Levidius is up into third place. Wow, that's quite a place to overtake. Very, very dodgy, but he's managed it cleanly. That's a fantastic move, Sean.
It is indeed, yeah. Well, let's just quickly look back on what exactly happened there. So there's Levitius now, and he had Dickey and Neil in front of him. Neil had to concede, but had the inside line, tried to squeeze Levitius, but Levitius looked like he carried a lot more speed on the final turn, and Neil had to concede to Levitius and move down into fourth position. And Levitius is up into P2 already then, so I'm not sure if that was team orders or not, although Dickey is trying to cut back on Levitius, doesn't make it stick for the time being, but yeah, we will get a replay on exactly what happened there as well. So Levitius on the inside as we came into Schlossgold, and it was quite an easy pass in the end from Levitius, who moves up into second position, Hugh.
Yes, it's looking very close there, but Levitius is now going to try and catch Gallara Brown, but he's really, what an epic performance there, starting from last and now up into second place. But Dickey and Racing Neil, they're trying to keep in the tow, trying to keep up there to see if they can stay in the slipstream and manage to keep up at the front of the grid. A fantastic performance by Puma Racing Neil, absolutely brilliant. And from Latari, still there in fifth, with Wolfie in sixth place, and Papaya Racer, a main rival there, just in seventh. But it's beginning to spread out a little bit, with the top 8 drivers just covered by 6.2 seconds, and then Kennels is a bit further on. But we're beginning to see these battles spread out a wee bit. They're on the tyres are looking pretty good at the moment, and they've got just over half a tank of fuel. It's maybe quieting down, but I'm sure it's going to heat up again, because that first group is very, very close, and anything can happen here. Any little mistake will cause you a lot of problems. But Sean, it's going well so far.
It is indeed, and yeah, I can't believe Levitius has made up 9 positions already in the opening 7 laps. But yeah, certainly he is he's a madman, it has to be said, as now he's smelling the exhaust of Giller, who is just in front of him by not even a car length. They are almost bumper to bumper as we come through the Nicky Lauda curve. And yes, so Levitius didn't get the best exit, although he's using that overtake button now, so he may slingshot his way around the outside. And looks like Giller covers it off. Levitius with the cutback, though, probably will use a bit of that overtake button, and they're going to be side by side, because Levitius has got the inside line of Giller and sweeps in front of him to move up into the race lead. Although Giller will come fighting back once again. Levitius will give him the space on the inside, but Levitius cuts in front of him to officially have the race lead, Hugh.
Wow, what a lap, because Gallara Brown pushed him to the limit and had the inside line, but wasn't quite there. And Levitius has managed to secure first place and drives away on his racing mediums, so they're beginning to wear out a little bit on the rears, so we'll have to watch that. But look how close Gallara Brown and Dickey are. They're going to be there for that battle. They're going to be fighting for second place, but Levitius now goes off into the lead and is now about half a second ahead of everyone else. But oh, a bit of a slide there coming out. So you don't want to do all that work and have to do it again, because Gallara Brown is in the slipstream. Very, very close indeed. Can they get the first corner right as they go through? Yep, they've all done well. A little bit sketchy from Levitius. I think he's feeling his rear tyres more perhaps than the others. But at the same time, Deacon, look at there's Dickey challenging for second place, and they go.
Latari Racing with a half a second penalty for cutting track limits. He's in 5th position currently as they all bunch up into the hairpin. Puma Racing Neil heads this train of cars in 4th position. Latari Racing in 5th, Wolfie in 6th, and Papaya Racer in 7th position, all in tow of each other. So, but that is going to hurt Latari Racing, because he'll be serving that penalty towards the end of this lap, so potentially could be losing a couple of positions and move down into 7th position. But let's get back on board with Dickey then. So yeah, he has got a 3.5 tenth lead over Giller. but Giller still definitely in the fight here. And yeah, this is the kind of window where they kind of need to try and keep it smooth, try and keep it consistent. The tyres are going to feel horrible at this stage, and it really just depends how much fuel they save and how much they save their tyres. But so far, just looking on board with Deaky though, half tank of fuel. That is actually really good going from Deaky, but he's got about half the wear on his rear tyres. If we look at Levitius, he's obviously had to work a little bit harder, so he's got a little bit more wear on them medium tyres, and he's also got a little bit less fuel, as he did use quite a bit of that overtake button. For now, Deaky in a good position right now, but Giller also with good... he's been doing a lot of fuel saving as well, but again, the tyres not looking the best right now. So yeah, this is certainly going to be an interesting one, Q. We're 10 laps into this 40-lap race, and there are just 1.4. Oh, as Giller goes very sideways through, and I've forgotten what the name of that turn is, but it's turn number 7, and wow, he's really struggling to keep hold of that car from spinning, I think, Hugh.
Yes, that was the worst curve. The turn 7 is very tricky, and it's easy to go in too deep there and then lose the car. But Levitius and Deaky are really having a battle there with just about a second in between them. And with Puma Racing Neil up there in 4th, there's really still not much in it, not too much field spread at all. And we've yet to have the pit stops, but at the moment they're on lap 11, so we're thinking potentially in the next 4 laps we'll see them come in for their first pit stop. They've still got about a third of a tank of fuel, but will they take the mediums, or will somebody be brave and do something completely different? Because tyre wear is pretty hard here, isn't it? It's quite dodgy, but we'll have to see. Will they do another?
Oh, okay. Well, again, it was lag. Because it looked like that Wolfie was about to make the overtake, and then all of a sudden I heard contact, but now they've sort of reverted with Latari just in front of Wolfie, so I really don't know what's going on here, Hugh, but yeah, the connection just not looking so great. Hopefully Wolfie is not getting the experience that I'm seeing right now, and he's able to make the move on him, because they are as close as can be, with just a tenth separating the two drivers fighting it out for that 6th position.
Yeah, I love that livery on Latari's car. It's so nice, so suits the car. But look at that battle as they go into the final couple of corners, and then the final corner here, taking a bit of curb, running the car out nice and wide, and there to complete lap 11. There's nothing in it, just 0.1 of a second. It looks like Wolfie's trying to come through. Is he going to do it? He goes on the inside. He's going to be sharp, but runs wide. And but Latari has a big slide, and Wolfie goes through. So Wolfie has taken that 5th place, unless there's more lag there. Oh no, he's down to 7th.
Yeah, I was just about to say, yeah, he's down to 7th. He went very deep and wasn't able to recover the car there, as Whipperman does close that gap to him. Let's have a quick look on the replay now. So Wolfie up the inside of Latari, and then I'm not 100% sure if there was contact or not, because yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is a bit of a hazard for the drivers, I think, because Latari's lag is literally all over the place, and unfortunately for Wolfie, losing time, and now was under pressure from TNR Whipperman, but Whipperman has fallen back slightly, who is currently in 8th position. But Fish has spun. Kennels is also off the track as well, so we need to have a look on board and see exactly what just happened there. So it was both of them side by side, and let's have a look on board with Kennels. There's no contact whatsoever. It was just both of them spinning out on the turn, so very unusual. It was they were like ballerina dancers in synchronization, I think, Hugh.
My goodness. Yes, it's very unfortunate. And in that time, I've just been looking, Puma Racing Neo is up into 3rd place, but followed very closely by Papaya Racer in 4th. There's a 10th in it as they come into the sharp right-hander as they go down the hill. But it looks like Puma got into that 3rd place. I'm looking to see where he got that from, but he must have overtaken Papaya Racer earlier on, and then it's Latari in 5th. Or it looks like it's changing all the time, with Wolfie and Latari Racing having a big battle there in the background. But yes, it's very... Oh, and Wolfie's... It looks like he's gone off again, and he's lost more places, down to 8th. Oh, he's now down to 8th place. He just spun going into, I think it was the worst curve there. Oh, and he's really struggling. He's really struggling, and off he goes. He's facing the wrong way. What will he do? And at the same time, Levidius comes into the pits.
Yes.
No, Sean, it's all happening now.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I've just saved the replay, so we will get on board with Wolfie very shortly. But yeah, Neil inheriting the lead then, as Levitius does come in from the race lead with 13% of fuel and getting off them very worn medium tyres. So it does mean Latari Racing has moved up into 2nd and Whipperman into 3rd position, and actually doing a good job in saving tyres and fuel, as Kennels now inherits 4th position, and it's looking like Levitius is going to rejoin the circuit into 5th position, just in front of Wolfie. We may need to stay on board with this one, although Levitius is on the soft tyres, so we do expect him to be a lot quicker even on cold tyres. As we come through to the hairpin now, Levitius, yeah, he gets much better traction out of the corner. So let's have a look on board with Wolfie and see exactly what happened to him when you mentioned about him spinning. So, so we're on board with him now. And it was Latari Racing in front of him again, looking like... oh yeah, Wolfie on that same turn as Kennels and I think it was Fish, wasn't it, that spun out. But of course the connection with Latari Racing probably would have been a cause of concern for Wolfie, perhaps putting him off slightly, but Wolfie able to sort of carry on with things. He's in 6th position, but he has lost a fair chunk of time. I mean, he lost... unless that is a glitch, but it looks like he's lost nearly 20 seconds on lap number 15. So in fact, no, it is glitched, because it says 15, lap 14, then lap 15 again. So yeah, PD, sort out your game, honestly. But yeah, so I don't know if he lost 20 seconds or not, but he did lose a fair chunk of time, that is for sure, Hugh.
Yes, and Puma Racing Neil is now just over 6.3 seconds in front of Latari Racing, but his tyres are virtually gone, and also he's hardly got any fuel left. So he will surely have to come in and do his pit stop. But will he go for the racing mediums, or will he do what Levidius has done and go on the soft? It's certainly very early to do the softs. Maybe Levidius is going to do a kind of medium soft. We'll have to see how it goes, Sean. But certainly lots of interesting strategies here.
Yeah, I've got a funny feeling Levitius is going to try the 3-stopper. I think he's going to do a soft medium. So as Latari Racing comes into the pits from a 3rd position then, who was 11 seconds in front of Levitius, he's obviously going to lose that time now, as Levitius sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1 minute 15.7. But yeah, he's developed already a 3.5 second lead over his nearest rival Kennels, who is yet to make the pit stop. So Levitius in a very, very good position here, because Whipperman is also yet to pit, and Neil is yet to pit as well. So Levitius is very much looking like the man to stop right now, because his nearest rival looks like he's Deaky then in 6th position, but he's a good about 20 seconds separated between the two drivers. But Deaky has decided to use the medium tyres though, but Levitius going on the sausage. We've got yellow flags. Who is that? It may have well been Kennels then, who just made a mistake there on them extremely worn medium tyres. As we got Puma Racing Neil coming in from the race lead, and Tina Whipperman in a 2nd position as well. So Levitius looks like he's going to inherit the race lead. But let's have a look and see if we saw what happened to Kennels. Yeah, he goes sideways and out of Schlossgold there, and Yeah, that is painful for him for sure, as he tries to rejoin the circuit in 5th position with Deaky closing in on him, who has already made that stop. So Kennels into the pits with Wolfie and Whipperman and Neil as well. So as mentioned, Levitius is now the new leader of the race. 16.7 seconds is the lead over Deaky in 2nd position, but of course they're on different strategies, so this is going to be an interesting one, because Levitius has got that lead. Deaky is going to stay on these tyres, I would say at least 14 to 15 laps. You can go as high as maybe like 17 or 18 laps, depending on how much you save the tyres, but Deaky of course does need to select the softs, so I do suspect that he will actually come off of this medium tyre probably in the next, I would say, I don't know, maybe 13 to 14 laps, we'll see. So yeah, generally speaking, you can get up to about 10 laps on the soft tyres, although the tyres will feel a little bit sketchy in this type of car, Hugh.
Yeah, certainly. And I've noticed as well that Levitius has got less fuel. He's got just about a third of a tank, but then that's to match maybe the number of laps he's hoping to do on the soft tyre. But Deaky is, well, just under 18 seconds behind. He can go a lot further, and perhaps will have one less pit stop to make. And it's quite a long pit stop here. It's at least 22 seconds, if not a bit more. So it's going to be maybe tight, because remember, Deaky was not far at all off the back of Levitius in the early part of the race when Levitius took the lead. It might not be that much. They're pushing each other, but on those racing soft tyres, Levitius is doing his best to try and pull as much time as he can to make sure that he has got time over his rivals when he comes in to pit again. And he's been in, that's there, a 1:15.532, so just off his fastest lap. So very, very consistent and looking very fast indeed.
Yes, he is. And yeah, very interesting battle here now, because Giller is starting to catch Deaky, although Giller's soft tyres are kind of in that high degradation zone, where once they get beyond that sort of midway point, the tyres do fall off a cliff. So it's going to be interesting to see how long Giller does stay on these tyres and what kind of pace he can get out of what is tyres that are screaming for their life, I think, Hugh. But Papaya Racer is a further 1.6 seconds behind in 4th position from Giller. And he is in a same kind of predicament, it has to be said. And then we've got Neil, who is about 4 seconds behind, but on the medium tyres. So again, he'll be going for the long stint here with Whipperman in a good position here. 6th position ahead of Latari Racing now, who is down into 7th position, but all 3 drivers on the medium tyres. And then Wolfie down into P8. As I said, that incident earlier really hurt his race there. So yeah, he's having to really push for the second half of the race and see if he can actually propel himself up the grid. But something that's worth mentioning as well is that, of course, we've got the fight between Papaya Racer and VSR Wolfie. Now, Papaya Racer is 11 points behind Wolfie in the championship table. Top 3 drivers get a prize come the end of the season. So at the moment, it's going to be very tight between the 2 drivers if things stay how they are. But we do need to get on board with this fight here, because Deaky has just picked up a half-second penalty, and there is Galara now on the outside. In fact, Deaky just lets him through there, perhaps thinking of the bigger picture. So Giller does take that position away from Deaky. Of course, Giller is on the soft tyres, but he will be coming in probably in the next couple of laps. Deaky, yes, he is going to serve that half-a-second penalty, but was there a little bit of contact, or was that lag? I'm not 100% sure, but it may have just been a little bit of lag there. But yeah, he's within a car length away from Giller, and yeah, he will be dropping back. But how much will he be dropping back? Because we have got Papaya Racer in 4th position, who is starting to close that gap slightly. Although again, perhaps will be coming in very, very shortly. So Dickey does serve that penalty now, drops back a little bit from Giller, but actually the gap is still pretty tight, about half a second, and then Papaya Racer within about 1.3 seconds of them, Hugh.
Yes, it's very close indeed. And just as well to mention those in the chat who are watching, we've got German Kiwi who has joined us, who is always at the top of the game in Disney's videos, up there battling away. So it's good to see you, German Kiwi, and to everyone who's watching there, make sure you tell us who you think is going to win and who you're supporting. But it's great to see everybody watching on YouTube. On this battle here, we've got between second and third. Dickey is trying again.
Fish is spun again. He was in 9th position, and then he's hit the barrier as well, which is going to give him damage, front aero damage that is, with the damage set to heavy, and he's down into P11. What's happened, Hugh?
It was Gallara, Brown and Dickey touched as they came down the hill, and Galara's down to 4th. Papaya's got up into 3rd, and Dickey's into 2nd. There was a bit of a touch there coming together, and Dickey managed to get through, but Gallara has lost ground there and has gone from 2nd to 4th.
Right, okay, unfortunately I have missed that one. But yeah, all change at the top of the grid then. Thank you, Hugh. I wanted to quickly have a look on board with Fish to see exactly what happened to him as he pits to fix that damage. So here's VSR, in fact Fish should be calling him, as we come up to turn number 9. Oh, maybe he was trying to get into the pit lane, and that's a bit of a dodgy corner, to be honest, because the rear end really does want to come round, and unfortunately became a cropper into the barrier. And well, if he was coming into the pits anyways, then, you know, perhaps not so much is lost for him, but obviously he would have been staying in the pits for a little bit longer to repair that damage. So yeah, very unlucky from him. But let's get back aboard with the top 4 then, because Levitius has got a comfortable lead at the top of the grid with a 20-second lead. But we've got Dickey in 2nd position, 2 seconds in front of Papaya Racer, as Levitius comes into the pits from the race lead with 5% of fuel and very worn soft tyres to boot as well. Papaya Racer is looking to hound down Dickey, but I think he'll be coming into the pits as well. No, he decides to stay out for the time being, but he's a brave boy, I have to say, because them tyres have certainly fallen off a cliff as Giller comes in from a 4th position to change onto new tyres, and then Neil will inherit 3rd position then as he stays out, because of course he has selected the medium tyres and he's got a fair chunk of fuel as well. So very difficult one to really call right now, very difficult to see how the strategies are going to really plan out, but I just got this feeling that Levitius has been super consistent and has stayed away from trouble as well. And yeah, with quite a lot of battles that we've seen so far, Hugh, I've got this feeling that Levitius, yet again, the master of strategy, perhaps he'll be getting the race win here.
Yes, it looks very good at the moment, doesn't it? Although Dickey is still staying there on those racing mediums, and his tyres are not too bad. He's got about a quarter of a tank of fuel in that car, so he's just lapping as best as he can. But he's about 3 seconds ahead of Papaya Racer. Now let's look at the gap between Levitius. Yeah, he's got about 9 seconds. He's 9 seconds in front of Levitius, and Levitius will have to overtake a good couple of drivers to be able to get back up there. But again, he's on those racing softs, and this time he's fueled even more. He's got more than half a tank of fuel, so that will surely take him quite far into the race. We're on lap 23 going on to lap 24, and here we have Papaya Racer just coming into the pits. But it seems to have settled down a bit, but there are corners that can easily catch you out, and with this incredible hypercar, it certainly seems to be affecting some drivers more than others, but it's giving us an exciting race.
Yes, indeed it is, and Levitius now up into 3rd position then, as yeah, Papaya Racer did come into the pits with Latari Racing as well, and VSR Wolfie up into 6th position then on them medium tyres, so trying to salvage something in this race, but Wolfie of course on the medium tyres right now. Papaya Racer rejoins in 8th position on soft tyres, so this is quite surprising now, because I thought maybe Papaya Racer would have selected the medium tyres and go full out to the end of the race. I'm not 100% sure if Wolfie has already selected the soft tyres, but as we know, Hugh, both the softs and the medium tyres are mandatory in this race, and certainly between Wolfie and Papaya Racer, they are duking it out for that 3rd position in the championship, with Wolfie having the upper hand, 11 points ahead of Papaya Racer, which works out roughly about 4 positions. So at the moment, Wolfie looking good for the 3rd position in the championship, but of course anything can happen, and certainly a long way to go in this race, Hugh.
Yes, it's only on lap 24 and starting lap 25 as they come to cross the line, and it looks like poor old Fish has got another half-second penalty there, and they're waving the blue flags as they come round into the first corner between Gallara Brown and Papaya Racer. But as they go through there, there's a bit of a gap. Papaya Racer is 34.6 seconds behind the leaders, Dickey in first place, then Racing Neil, and of course Levidius as Captain Slow comes into the pits with 1% left of fuel. So he has managed to drive that one to the absolute limit. But it looks like we've had a few role reversals here, as Levidius started at the back and is at the front, and then some of the guys who were at the front are now at the back. So it's certainly all to play for, but giving us lots of overtakes right the way through the field. And Levidius is now up into 3rd place and closing in to try and retake the lead. But can Dickey keep him behind him? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and we just did an onboard with Fish as he went very deep into turn 1. It looks like a bit of a rage quit from him because he has left the lobby. So we are down to 10 drivers as Levidius takes the 2nd position away from Racing Neil down the outside as well, and Levidius with a lot more confidence on the brakes, of course using the soft tyres, moves up into 2nd position and now be hunting down his teammate Dickey, who is about 5 seconds up the road from him. Let's have a quick look on the replay as well and see exactly how that transpired, yeah, that was fantastic from Levidius as we came into the Nicky Lauda curve, got a better exit than Neil, of course, on the softer of the tyres, was on the outside. Neil had the inside line. I thought maybe he would squeeze Levidius, but Levidius had the overspeed and got the move done before we got into the hairpin for turn number 3. So we got Dickey coming to the pits then from the race lead then with 6% of fuel, and that means Levidius again is going to inherit the race lead on lap number 27 of 40 with a 2.5 second lead over Puma Racing Neil, who is still on his medium stint, but I would imagine he'll be coming in probably in the next 5 laps or so. We've got Whipperman in 3rd position now, who is 7.6 seconds adrift of Neil and 3.6 seconds in front of Latari. That's in 4th position with a ½ second penalty, which is certainly not going to help his cause. We've got Dickey that's been released back on circuit in 5th position ahead of VSR Wolfie in 6th, and then Gilla will be in fact is in 7th position. Do wonder whether or not he's made a move of Papaya Racer, or maybe it's just Papaya Racer that's closed the gap to Gilla, who is now in 8th position. I think it is the latter as we look on board with Papaya Racer now. He is within 0.4 of a second to Gilla, and oh my god, he's close right to the back of Gilla as they went through the braking zone, and it seemed like Papaya Racer was the latest of the late breakers, and yeah, it looks like it's just a matter of time before Papaya Racer will be able to sweep past Gilla, being that he's on fresher soft tyres than Giller, but I know Giller, he's a difficult car to pass. He will make it as wide as possible and not make it easy for Papaya Racer as we come through the final turn now. And looks like Giller got a very good exit actually, Hugh, but yeah, Papaya Racer certainly sticking to him like glue as we come through turn number 1 of lap number 28, and they are a line astern right now, and looking at the overtake, does look like Papaya Racer could use the overtake there, but perhaps looking at the bigger picture, trying to save his tyres as he closes back up to Giller on the hairpin, but Giller just able to accelerate away on the exit, so maybe working in tow to not lose too much time and try not to battle too much, although Papaya Racer was thinking about going around the outside and trying to go for the cut, but in fact he's got the inside line and Giller might have to give it up. No, Papaya Racer gets on the brakes earlier and Giller goes a bit sketchy on the exit, and there's Papaya Racer to move up into P7. What a fantastic show of racing, and very patient from Papaya Racer as well, as I struggle to get my words out there, but let's have a look on board with the replay then, and this is how the move transpired, and yeah, it looked like Giller left the door open, but as he tried to get on the power, went a little bit squirrely on the exit, and there was Papaya Racer to sweep up down the inside to move up into 7th position, Hugh.
Yes, it's certainly all happening there, wasn't it? The battle between Papaya Racer and Gallara Brown will certainly rage on as he keeps going. But I'm looking as well at Latari Racing, who's in 4th place. Now he started first and he's 18.5 seconds behind the
gone sideways.
Just as we say it.
Commentators cursed there, I think, Hugh. And yeah, that was a big moment as he loses out to Deaky for that 4th position. Of course, he's got very worn medium tyres, and we'll have to get a replay on that and see live in the cockpit how that transpired. But yeah, unlucky from Latari, because I thought maybe he was going to save it. It was a good drift. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But no, wasn't able to save it and point in the wrong direction, unfortunately for him.
And it looks like as well Racing Neo in 2nd place. He's got a little bit of fuel left. His tyres are getting towards the end of their life, but he's going to have to come in for his pit stop. But I think Levi might have to come in as well. And yes, he's also on the racing softs with not much fuel. So there's only 7.5 seconds in it. So it could be very, very close. A phenomenal performance there by Puma Racing Neo in 2nd place. And there's Whipperman as well up into 3rd at the moment. But it looks like there'll be at least another 2 stops by Levitius and Puma Racing Neo. And there's really not that much in it.
Oh, Captain Slow. I think he's lost it as well. Let me just get a quick on board with him. Sorry to cut in there, Hugh. Just see it as I was about to get on board with Levitius and stuff. But yeah, Captain Slow into turn number 4. I think he just went in a little bit too hot. In fact, he cut across the kitty litter and actually didn't spin out there, but just went a little bit too deep on the brakes and yeah, lost a fair chunk of time. But yeah, sorry, Hugh.
Another thing, I think Captain Slow is struggling with the Aston Martin tonight because normally he's well up the grid there and well on pace. But he did say I think that car scares him, the Aston Martin Valkyrie. But still, he's in 10th place. It's still points, and we'll see what happens to his championship table when the race is over. And they're out on lap 30. So we're 3/4 of the way through the race. Now this will truly be coming up to the final pit stops.
Oh, we got to move. We got to move. It was between VSR Wolfie and Latari Racing for the battle for P6, and I have saved the replay, so I will get back on board with it. But it looks like yeah, Wolfie has succeeded in making the pass, and there was Papaya Racer as well taking full advantage and moving up into 6th position. Latari Racing down into P7. Let's have a look at board with the replay then. And did I miss it or? Hold on. Oh, I might have saved the wrong. I think I saved the wrong replay there.
Levidius has just come into the pits.
Yeah, I see him.
It's final.
And also Neil comes into the pits as well. Looks like I think they've served their required tyres, so Levidius I think will be going back onto the soft tyres, and I would imagine most of the drivers will be going onto the soft tyres, as well as Deaky looks like he may inherit the race lead here. And yes, he does. He does, but I do think that Deaky, I don't think he's going to survive on them soft tyres. He's only got less than a quarter of a tank as well. So, yes, he's got an 8-second lead now. But I think Levidius is in prime position. Although we got Wolfie not too far behind, but yet again, dying medium tyres, not much fuel left in the tank. I would imagine he'll be stopping at the end of this lap. So it's looking very, very good for Levidius here. And the last to first challenge looks like it will be complete, barring any mistakes that Levidius could make in the final 8 laps of this race, Hugh.
Yes, and Puma Racing Neil is not far away as well. I'm just looking to see if Neil what tyres he went on. He's gone on the racing softs as well, and enough fuel definitely to finish the race. So that's a fantastic performance by him. And when I was going to say, when Dickey will have to come in for his pit stop, Levidius will retake the lead. But it's, yes, what will happen there? But Neil's not too far away. His best performance by far for the whole season.
Yes, indeed. And just going through the grid right now, just see where everyone is at. Wolfie does come into the pits from 3rd position. That means that Puma Racing Neil should then inherit 3rd position, of course already making his stop, so he should be going all the way to the end now. And then we've got Whipperman inheriting P4, who's just 1.8 seconds behind in 4th position, doing a really good job as he goes a little bit squirrely on the exit. And there's Kennels just getting released onto circuit in 10th position. It was Whipperman and Kennels side by side, but I think Whipperman is going to get past Kennels, who's of course lapping Kennels right now, so Kennels will sweep behind him. Yeah, Papaya Racer in 5th position then. And yeah, to be honest, Wolfie just behind Papaya Racer now, who's rejoined in 6th position. So where I thought Papaya Racer had the upper hand, well, Wolfie has made the comeback of the century, because he is within 6/10 of a second to Papaya Racer. So we said about the rivalry between the two drivers, and Papaya Racing needing to finish at least 3 positions ahead, or might be 4 positions ahead. Yeah. But now Wolfie is breathing down the necks of Papaya Racer, and with fresher tyres, Wolfie is in a really good position here to try and make the move on Papaya Racer. So I think we will stay on board with this for the time being, because yeah, there is just 0.4 of a second separating the two drivers, but it does look like Wolfie is just edging closer and closer as we end lap number 33 and on to lap number 34. And Wolfie, yeah, as close as can be then. And he's got a little bit of hybrid. Papaya Racer's actually got a little bit more, so we'll see if he does use it. I think Papaya Racer, yes, using the overtake button now with Wolfie as well, so able to just hold off Wolfie for the time being as we go into turn number 3 now on the braking zone. And Wolfie got very close to the back of Papaya Racer, but just about stopped the car in time. But yeah, certainly it is going to go right to the wire, as it has done for most of the races this season, Hugh.
Yes, and there comes Dickey into the pits. But what a great battle between Papaya Racer and Wolfie, because they're really going for it, and they know that every point counts in the title, and Papaya Racer does not want to let Wolfie through at any cost at all. I love that livery on Wolfie's car, the VSR and the Wolf there. It's a great looking machine as they fly on to the right-hander and through the penalty line, coming into the last couple of corners of the lap, as we're in lap 34 going into lap 35. Can they just keep this going, or will one of them manage to get through? It's certainly, they're well in the slipstream, just 0.4 of a second in it. And of course Wolfie's on those racing soft tyres with plenty of fuel, So they're fueled up to the end of the race. Oh, a bit squiggly there by Papaya Racer. And Wolfie now goes into the slipstream. He's just under 4/10, but it looks like Papaya Racer must be using every bit of his overtake to try and keep ahead. What do you think of the overtake on this car, Sean? It does make quite a difference.
Yes, it does. Kind of a little bit like the hybrid that you would get on the LMP cars, but of course this time you can actually control it rather than automatically use it. Yeah, it certainly brings a whole different dynamic to the racing. Because it is, you know, if you can kind of stay to the back of a driver on merit and save that hybrid, then you can really take full advantage of that hybrid or that overtake button and make a move on the driver in front. But Papaya Racer actually got a much better exit there, so he's able to hold off Wolfie for the time being. The gap is about 0.8 of a second as we end lap number 35 onto lap number 36 now. And yeah, good call there, Double DP, and welcome, by the way. Yeah, Levi with the fastest lap of the race with a 1 minute 14.436. That is an absolutely just ridiculous time. Just crazy. I'm very jealous, I have to say. But yeah, he's got a 16.5 second lead over Puma Racing Neil, who is in a very, very good second position with 4 laps remaining. Can he hold off Whipperman, who is just 2 seconds down the road from him in 3rd position? Then we got Deaky in 4th position, 4.2 seconds behind in 4th position. And then Papaya Racer looks like he's developed a little bit of a gap now to Wolfie. The gap is now 1.3 seconds between the two drivers for P5 and P6 respectively. And then we've got Giller in 7th position, who is kind of in no man's land at the moment, with Latari Racing still lagging on this circuit, also in a bit of no man's land for 8th position. Then we got Kennels and Captain Slow duking it out not to come last on the grid then. So Kennels has got a 1 second penalty from Captain Slow, so it looks like Captain Slow looking in prime position to take that position away from Kennels, especially now Kennels has got that 1 second penalty. So I wonder if Captain Slow will be a little bit more aggressive here. As Kennels goes deep, and there's Captain Slow up the inside. Can he get the traction down? Not quite. Kennels sweeps in front of him for the time being, and it looks like Captain Slow is going to maybe try to force another mistake from Kennels as we go into Schloss Gold now, and sweeps around the outside, and it looks like Captain Slow's going to take that position away from Kennels as he's got the inside line for turn number 7, and 9th position he does take on merit before Kennels takes his penalty, Hugh.
Wow, what a great move that was from Captain Slow. I've been noticing that his times have been coming down. He's in the 17s, the low 17s. And there he goes, and there is Kennels taking his penalty. But this battle will surely continue. It's just over a second between them. But it's great to see Captain Slow getting to grips with that car. And now he's 9th and not last. But can he keep it going for the last 4 laps of the race? We'll have to see. Kennels will be desperate to get that place back, and is only now just half a second behind him. So it looks like Captain Slow is struggling on the exits, and now Kennels is right there, Sean. It's all to play for.
Yes, indeed, and just went back on board with Papaya Racer and Wolfie because they have closed up again. So Wolfie has closed the gap to just under half a second then, as it looks like Papaya Racer's tyres are starting to degrade now, as Wolfie has got all over the backside of Papaya Racer now, and he's going to put him under extreme pressure as we come down the hill for Schloss Gold. It looks like Wolfie is going to have to take the outside line. Papaya Racer will give him the space. Wolfie would, I think, was trying the cut back there, but Papaya Racer does close that off for the time being. But they are as close as can be now. Wolfie is smelling that 5th position from Papaya Racer. He really smells blood. As Wolfie goes a little bit squirrely through the exit. And it looks like, well, he's still on the back of Papaya Racer. So, yeah, it's certainly going to go right to the wire here as we come through the last turn of lap number 38 onto lap number 39 to start the penultimate lap of the race. And it looks like Wolfie's got a run on Papaya Racer and sweeps down the inside. If he can time his braking to perfection, he'll take that 5th position away from Papaya Racer. And he does take that position away. But Papaya Racer is in the slipstream. Has he got the hybrid? Yes, he is using the hybrid right now to make sure that Wolfie doesn't escape, as there's a slight bit of contact between the two drivers, but luckily no damage for the pair of drivers as Wolfie does start pulling away slightly, but the gap is still within 0.4 of a second, so it's definitely squeaky bum time between the two drivers, I think, as Papaya Racing didn't get the best exit out of turn number 6 then, so Wolfie is able to pull slightly in front. Let's go back on board with Levicius, who started the last lap of the race. So we'll just quickly scroll through the grid right now, because Neil has only got a 0.3 of a second lead over Whipperman. He's going to be fighting tooth and nail as Whipperman tries to up the inside, gets the better traction, and Whipperman moves up into second position with a fantastic move on the inside. That was a very, very sneaky move and well manoeuvred for Whipperman. And will Neil come fighting back? I'm going to have a quick look on the replay, but what a fantastic move that was from Whipperman, as Neil did pick up a half-second penalty as well, but Whipperman wasn't prepared to wait for that penalty to be served. He thought, no, I'm going to try and sweep down the inside, get the better traction, and as they were side by side, he had the overspeed to move up into second position. And it looks like Deaky is going to start closing in on Puma Racing Neil, but we got to congratulate Levicius, because he's going to get his 10th win of the season and win the race here at Red Bull Ring at round 12 of this special event in the Aston Martin Valkyrie cars. And Whipperman looks like he's so it looks like Whipperman was going to get P2, and Deaky in the last embers on the final corner. In fact, Whipperman is run out of fuel as I lose my voice there, and what a dramatic ending to the race. Deaky takes the second position away from Neil and Whipperman, and let's have a quick look on the replay now. Did not expect that in the slightest, so let's look on board with Deaky then. And Puma Racing Neil served his penalty, and I thought for all cases that Whipperman, as Neil went wide out of the penultimate corner, and there was Whipperman who ran out of fuel, and there was Deaky to sweep down the inside to move up into P2 and Neil into P3. And I do apologise, my voice went again. It's the driver's fault. They just they just don't know when to stop on this action. But what are your thoughts on the race, Hugh?
Wow, what a fantastic race. Absolutely brilliant from Levicius, coming from 11th to win the race and to really kind of dominate that race. But what a great performance, especially by Puma Racing Neil. I have to say, getting right up there to the top, and unfortunately not quite hanging on to second place at the end, but a great third place. And of course, Deaky finished in seconds. It all happens. You've got to watch how much fuel you've got. It's easy for that to go, and all of a sudden you're going to be coasting over the line. But my driver of the day, I've already found out exactly who he is. It has to be Puma Racing Neil for that performance to get to third place. Well deserved and well done.
Well, I will ask you another question afterwards, but I will save it for later on, Hugh. But yeah, let me just read out the classified results from round 12 of the grand finale of Tier 1 in the SMA Season 1. And we'll also get the thoughts of the top 3 drivers very shortly as well. So do stick around, guys. It'll be very interesting to hear, particularly from Puma Racing Neil, that finished in third position. This will be his first appearance in the in the driver's interview room, but Levitius does grab his 10th win of the season. That is 9 back-to-back wins, or 9 wins in a row, with the fastest lap time as well, with a 1 minute 14.436, and he finished 17 seconds in front of his teammate Deke, who just about nipped the second position to the post, really, ahead of Puma Racing Neil, that went slightly wide out the penultimate corner, and Tiernar Whipperman, who just didn't have quite enough fuel to get him to the end, and he had to settle for 4th position. VSR Wolfie, VSR Wolfie finished in P5, and Giller getting a 6th position ahead of Papaya Racer for 7th position. So that was another bit of action that we missed in the final embers of the race. And Latari Racing finishing in 8th position. Wow, what a race this was. TNR Captain Slow finishes in 9th position, and Kennels in 10th position, with 1 retirement in VSR Fish. But wow, I'm absolutely exhausted after that, and hopefully everyone in chat enjoyed the race too. And if you haven't already, smash that like button, please do so, because this league certainly deserves all the credit that it deserves, because week after week after week, the racing is fast and frantic, and puts us on the edge of our seats as well. But we're going to get the thoughts of the top 3 drivers. I'm going to quickly save that replay, actually, because that is one to remember. And we're going to get the thoughts of the top 3 drivers now. So just bear with me. In fact, we're on the wrong screen. There we go. Wait a minute. There we go. And welcome everyone. And who have we got in the waiting room? So, do you know what? I was going to come to Neil, but Neil's not in the chat by what I can see. So, I'll tell you what. We'll go to. Are we able to go to the race winner, Levitius? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello. Levitius, another win for you. Tell me about your race, and obviously you started from the back of the grid, but how was that for you, and how are you feeling?
Honestly, it was quite chaotic on lap 1. One of my teammates was lagging everywhere, and going into lap 2, I hit Fish really hard because he hit Deke in front, and I thought I was going to get damage. I really thought my race was over, but luckily didn't get any damage, which saved my race. And then we just kept on overtaking everyone one by one, just trying to be as careful as possible. And basically, we just used our overtake when we needed to. So a lot of the times it was just when people didn't expect it. I was just saving, and then I dumped it all in 2 straights to surprise the driver up ahead, and it worked basically every other time. I had a really great battle with Brunnervane as well. And overall, I'm just really happy how the strategy went. Yeah,
I have to say, Lev, you proved me wrong with the strat. I should never doubt you. You was absolutely rapid, I have to say, on a completely different level to everyone else. The lap time you set as well, 1 minute 14.4 on the soft tyres, was just something to behold, I think, Lev. How do you do it?
Thank you. Well, to be honest with you, right, if I didn't have to worry about tires, which that lap almost costed me on the last lap because I had no rear left tire wear. If I didn't have to worry about the engine braking and basically downshifting a little bit quicker, I could have done maybe a 13. I'm not trying to be any arrogant or anything, but I was saving the rears even on that fast lap. I just dumped the battery. So yeah, it was actually a very clean lap, very clean. There was nothing wrong about it. I just know I could go faster if I had the engine braking to slow me down a little bit more, so I can brake a little bit later into every corner. But yeah, I had to think long term as well. I didn't want to ruin my stint, so yeah, I had to sacrifice a little bit on the last lap, but it was fun. It was worth it.
Yeah, I don't like to give out any insults or anything like that, but you make me sick, Liv.
Sorry about it.
No, honestly, mate, that is just phenomenal skill, particularly in a car that is so like squirrely on the rear tires. You know, it's got so much power that goes to the rear tires, and yeah, you just make it look so easy, Lev. So congratulations on the race win.
Thank you.
And Hugh, any questions for our, of course, champion of SMA Season 1?
Yeah, fantastic victory, Levi. Starting from 11th and getting up to first and taking the victory. Really brilliant performance. And it was a really good battle and very clean. The overtakes were great. Many congratulations on another fantastic victories at 9 in a row that you've done, which is really awesome and great for the title. But just to say, as you were talking about, you can go even faster and get into the 13s. How would you manage to get the engine braking? Because that's a big thing in GT7. How would you make more of the engine braking going into the corners for the Red Bull Ring?
Well, to be honest, it's a very stop-start type of track, so there's a lot of stress that goes to the rear tires when you're accelerating out of the corners, and when you're actually slowing down into, like, if you're doing qualifying, for example, when you're going into like even turn 3, for example, when you're not engine braking, you're staying in the high gear for a little bit longer. The torque that goes to the rear wheels is a lot reduced, so you don't overheat and spike the tires in terms of temperature, and it just keeps it all balanced, and the pressures don't go up. And then if you're going for a full push lap, though, you can brake probably about 10 meters, 15 meters later. And in these cars, when you're going 320 into that corner, it makes a huge difference. Just brake you a little bit later. But that cooks the rear tires. You can probably only do 6 laps on the softs without any saving. So you can see how people were managing their race, getting like almost double the laps on the softs. So yeah, it was really, really fun. Yeah.
Oh, well done, and a fantastic fastest lap, and a great race to watch. So many congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the MSA Cup, I'm sure, later on in a few weeks' time. But a wonderful race victory, and many congratulations.
Thank you, Hugh. Thank you.
Yeah, and definitely looking forward to seeing you in the MSA Cup, Lev. But are you prepared for the MSA Cup at all?
To be honest with you, I first need to see the cars. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be GR3. If it is GR3, it's definitely gonna be quite challenging to race in a way because of the dirty air at the moment in the game. But we'll see what happens with the race admins, and we'll see, maybe we can make it a little bit easier to follow with some different tweaks of the settings. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm very strong in Group 3. It's my fastest category. I can't wait. Yeah.
I mean, that's a scary proposition. He says that is his strongest category after winning by a mile in this championship, or Group 2 championship, should I say. So, best of luck to you, Lev, in the MSA Cup, of course. Of course, the date has been confirmed for June the 9th. So, look forward to seeing how you get on, and have a lovely break as well.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Lev. Take care of yourself, mate.
Ciao. You too.
And to our second placed finisher, Deaky, a very topsy-turvy race for you. But I have to say, what a great comeback from you. How are you feeling after that?
I'm feeling rather content, I'd say. I think I got quite lucky at the end there. Unfortunately, my teammate, Wiperman, didn't have the fuel coming up to the line, and I got Puma Neil on like the second to last corner, and I was getting ready to celebrate like a 1-2-3 with the team, and then I look again, and I've passed my teammate. So yeah, disappointed not to get the 1-2-3, but not sure I'll take the second place.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, so it was Neil that went wide, wasn't it, out of the penultimate corner, and then Wiperman, as you said, running out of fuel within 200 yards of the finish line, and you had the overspeed, and you took 2 positions from the last 2 corners. I mean, that is just absolutely ridiculous. I lost my voice in the process as well, as I always do. But yeah, no, it was a great fight back from you. What I was going to ask you though, Deaky, so tell us about your strategy and how the car felt as well, to be honest.
Well, like you said earlier on, there's a lot of power, over 1,000, so it's very tricky on the rear end, and the rear tires are just being chowed up, by the minute, and I was using the traction 1 for the whole race basically, just to save the tire, and obviously don't want to spin, which that didn't help. I still spun coming into the pits. But yeah, no, it was definitely a car to get a good grip with. I would have liked to see a slightly slower car, just because we had this fast high downforce car, so like a Mazda touring car or something would have been a nice dynamic, to end it all off. But no, I think it was still a good car and a track combination made for good racing. And
yeah, it was certainly very, very exciting. I mean, every race in the SMA is very exciting. It's lucky I'm young enough, because I think I would have had a heart attack by now. Yeah, honestly, the highest credit goes to you drivers in the SMA, because the standard of driving is absolutely immense. So, yeah, big congratulations on second position, DK. And Hugh, have you got any questions for DK at all?
Yeah, brilliant second place there, Dicky. Many congratulations. How did you find, the car is very powerful, and you just said you're on traction control 1, because that was bogging the car down when we found that we were using that this morning. But was there any moments when you thought, the car is going to get away from me, or did you feel that you could definitely keep, maybe even keep pace or try and keep ahead of Levitius?
Well, yeah, the car was it was a lot to handle, but I managed to handle it on the track. I just had a very unfortunate moment coming into the pits. I didn't really practice the pit entry, so I came into the corner, and at the time the rears were below halfway, and I lost the rear, and obviously instinctively you hit the brakes, which is the worst thing you can do when your rear end is sliding. And then I just slid off into the pit entry, and what kind of made it a bit funny was a second later a Papaya racer came and joined me into the wall, and I had a good chuckle out of that. But now it is definitely a car to forget outside. I don't really want to drive it again.
So you'll be putting that one back in the garage. It's well done, and a fantastic run to get second place, and to get second place as well is a against fantastic competition, and you've really kind of given us a great run throughout the season. So many congratulations on your podium there, and we look forward to seeing you in the next MSA Championship later in the year.
For sure. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, DK. And last but not least, and a real pleasure to get to speak to him for the very first time, or at least me anyways. We get to speak to Puma Racing Neil, who grabbed an excellent third position. I'm so happy for you, Neil. How are you feeling after that?
Oh, great. Can you guys hear me?
You're on the quiet side.
Let me see if I can turn my mic volume up here. Give me 1 sec. Just tell me if it's getting any better. I'm going to talk. Sorry.
Okay. I'll see if I can turn you up my end as well.
I'm maxed on my side, so I don't know what else is, why it's so soft.
Okay. I've turned you up to maximum volume, so don't shout. But
okay, cool.
But yeah, you should be sounding a lot better now. But yeah, how are you feeling, Neil?
No, good. Yeah, this was a strange one for me. I literally got a strat. I think it was 20 minutes before from Robin. He actually helped me out because I haven't done much work as far as I haven't actually done a full prac race for this race this week. So, but I like the car. So I like these sort of cars that you have to drive under the limit. I just enjoyed the race. I enjoy the car as well. So I'm feeling great. Yeah, full result. I wanted to show that I have more than I had in the Lexus. Put it to you that way. So yeah,
Yeah.
a good night.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly showed it. I mean, I can't believe you said like you barely put any practice and you had to search to Robin to get a strat from him. But yeah, it definitely showed that you liked the car because we really saw the pace from you. I mean, you're all fast in tier 1, but yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean, a lot was said about the Lexus not being too competitive compared to, you know, the Nissan and the Honda for both the 08 and 16, to be honest.
Yes.
But today, yeah, you was able to show your true pace, and yeah, you looked absolutely phenomenal out there. You looked very comfortable, and it was really, really good to see you. Good to see you in the top 3. Good to actually finally talk to you as well. But tell us about your strategy then. Tell us what Robin gave you and how it worked out for you.
So we did during the week, the few practices I joined the guys, we just basically I joined for our like stint practice to see how many laps we could get on a specific compound. So I was actually going to go for a three stopper before the race. And then, yeah, Robin just chatted to me and I said, well, any advice? And he's like, you know, 3 stopper I don't think is the right strat because they've done some full practices. And he's like, get as much as you can out of the medium stints. And I was like, but I have only like practiced up to, I think, 12 laps on the mediums and I couldn't do any more in our stint practice. So yeah, I just had to adjust on the fly, and yeah, it worked out. Thank goodness. So yeah, just stoked.
Yeah, so
keep it on the track. Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly did. And what's the key as well, not to sort of get involved with too much like battling as well? You know, was it all about kind of just concentrating on your race pace?
That's it. And it was, for instance, like seeing Levitius and seeing how far he was ahead at certain spots. I tell myself, don't chase Levitius. If your race is not with him, just finish the race, and yeah, hold your position. So you know who you're competing against during the early stage or the first stint at least, and then you've just got to just put it together. So when I came out there behind Brandeveen in that first stint, I could see what he was doing, and I think he was on a similar strat to what I was. Just draw it out as long as you can on the mids, and yeah. So that's what I did, and I stuck to it. And just as I said, Whipperman chasing me down at the end there, and he actually ran out of fuel on the line.
Oh no, that's got to be one of the craziest finishes I've ever seen to any race. Honestly, that will go in the SMA folklore as like the craziest finish ever, I think.
Yeah, and there was another point there. I had pushed the softs on the last stint there past the point of no return, and just one little mistake, especially in sector 3, on the softs that are worn, that's the end of you. Your nose is the wrong way around on the track. So I just thought, cool, if he's going to take me, then that's fine. Then, let me get my 4th position, and that's cool. And he came past, and I thought, like, why is he stopping on the line? Why is he letting me pass? And I asked him afterwards. He's like, no, I had no fuel. So yeah, cool. I'll take it.
Yes, you did, and I'm glad as well because, as I said, like it's an absolute pleasure to speak to you, Neil, and congratulations on that third position, well deserved. And Hugh, any questions for Neil?
Neil, it's fantastic to see you on the podium. Well done for third place. You really enthralled us with that race tonight, keeping up there and showing what you could do with the Valkyrie and keeping it consistent. And well done on a great strategy, being able to do it, being able to adjust to the car and making the most of it, and getting that podium off of Wiverman literally as he was about to cross the line. That must have made you feel great. How have you felt overall with your whole performance on SMA over the last 12 races?
That's the thing. A bit frustrated at times when I looked at how I was racing in the Lexus, and I've had pretty faultless races, except for the one at Tokyo in the rain, in that Audi with the DRS, that stupid car.
Oh yeah.
But otherwise, it's been pretty solid, and I'm happy that I've been kind of consistent. Position 7 to 10. That's pretty much where I've been sitting, regardless of my pace. And I don't want to sound like I'm blaming the car, but it is rather frustrating because I did testing in the GTR and the Honda, and ridiculous. I decided not to try it again because it was depressing me. But I'm just glad I had a chance to show what I could do in like equal machinery. If that way. So
No, well done on a fantastic performance. It was brilliant to see right up there, and for many laps you're up into second place. But to get that podium finish, it's been a pleasure to watch you race this season, and many congratulations. And hopefully we'll see you again in the MSA Cup.
Yeah, I'll be there. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
You're very, very welcome, and congratulations to you. And hopefully, we'll see you a little bit further up the grid then, being that it's it sounds like it's going to be a one-make GR3 series of multiple cars. Look forward to seeing you in the MSA Cup. Sorry, and again, massive congratulations to you today.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Neil. Take care of yourself.
Thanks. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, right. And we do also, I think we have a certain somebody in chat as well. So just bear with me 1 second, because I have missed where I need to be. Where are we? So, is that going to work? Hold on 1 second. There we go. Right, sorry about that. So yes, we have got a special guest with us in a chat, and let me tell you that I am introducing you the head honcho of SMA, the promoter and admin of this great community where every last bit of information goes through this central hub. There isn't anything that he doesn't know. I'm proud to introduce to you Mr. Robin Williams. Robin, thank you for joining us, and how are you today?
Hi, Flawed. Hi, Hugh, and all the viewers. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, no, thanks. It's just I'm still sitting on the edge of my seat with that race. It was such a intense race, and as usual, the Tier 1 boys just putting up a great show for us, and just wanted to congratulate firstly all our members, all 182 of them, and thanking them for the support that they've shown throughout season 1. We really appreciate, and a special congrats to all the champions in the tiers that have stuck it out, and really proud to present them as champions, and well done to Levi and the rest of the winners and podium positions in this evening's race. It's great to watch.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever witnessed an ending to a race like that?
Well, we've seen quite a few close endings throughout the season, actually.
Oh, okay.
Also, in the lower tiers, we've also had some great finishes. I've got a shout out to the tier that I was in this season. Also, some great racing as well with the boys. But when it came down to the finish line and poor Ibi there running out of fuel, that was a shocker. I didn't see that one coming. So yeah, that was quite a surprise.
And can I ask you as well, Robin? So obviously, I know that you were racing tonight for Tier 2. How did you get on?
I qualified in P2, which I felt was good, and took the first turn, and I got knocked down to P7, I think it was.
Oh no.
Yeah, so that wasn't the greatest of starts, but then we did testing, me and you, so I just stuck to my guns, and I ended up winning that race. So yeah, it was a good result at the end of it.
Congratulations. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it doesn't surprise me, Robin, because, you put me to shame in practice. You had some serious pace, honestly.
Hold up. You beat Wolf and Kennels as well today, didn't you?
I did, and I'm taking that to my grave as well.
So well done to you as well. Just by the way, everybody, if you don't know, Flawed here is A+ driver, and normally quite used to being in the top 500 in all the dailies, sometimes in the 200s, and most certainly he has his moments in the top 100. So not only does he have the great commentating skills, but he most certainly can race in GT7, that's for sure.
Oh, I appreciate that, mate. I appreciate that.
Good.
I'll pay you later.
So just from I'm standing in for our chairman, unfortunately, who's taken ill. I'm also just recovering from a bad flu. Our chairman was supposed to be here this evening to just congratulate everybody, but from the SMA admin team, we just want to say thank you to everybody for all the support. It's been a very interesting launch of our new association, and we're happy to say that we're really proud of everybody that has supported us. And going forward, we've got amazing things planned. As we know, the FIA MSA accredited championship will be starting soon. We'll be releasing information with regards to that shortly. Yeah, we'll first get all the prizes to the boys in all the tiers, which is it's a first, I think, for any league that I've been around with, is that we're not only having 3 champions in tier 1 this season, we've got 3 champions in 5 tiers this year. And so all those boys will be receiving prizes, and I'm very happy about that as well. So there's never a chance not to stick around and win something, boys. Don't give up and keep on pushing. And it's great to see the growth of all the teams, in particular TNR. They've come in this league and they've really shown their pace and their racecraft, and it's really brought a lot of good competition to the league. And yeah, going forward, I think SMA is going to be doing some great things.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I mean, if SMA was anything to go by this season, it's certainly been just an absolute pleasure to commentate on, Robin, I have to say, and I'm pretty sure Hugh is thinking the same as well.
Well, before Hugh says anything about that, I'll just say this: is that I can confidently speak on behalf of SMA and the SMA admin team that we have been given the best commentary South African league has ever seen. And we are so thankful to you and to Sean. You guys do good. Look behind the scenes. I know what it takes because I work with Sean all the time. Obviously, with Sean writes 6-7 page scripts for every race, and so nothing's on the fly when it comes to Sean. Everything is done and planned out, and we're just thankful to have you guys on board. And we can only see the sport growing immensely with the combination of the community that we have, the broadcast team that we have, and last but not least, we have an amazing admin. Look, we go through some tough times. It's not easy running a league, but I'm proud to say that with the guidance of our chairman and our secretary and our race director and our host and Andre that gets involved with a whole bunch of other things, it's an amazing team to work with, and I'm just proud to be part of SMA.
Yeah, me too, Robin, and I'll let you answer that as well, Hugh. But yeah, just very kind words from you, Robin. Like I say, it's a big pleasure to commentate and to present on such an amazing championship and community as well. You know, everyone at SMA has welcomed us with open arms and made us feel like family. So yeah, it's just like I say, I can't be any more sort of pleased and appreciative of everything you know the whole community does for us in terms of supporting us, and obviously yourself, Robin, as well.
Thanks, Sean, and once again, you, Hatrick, also with regards to the interviews that you're having with our drivers is awesome. We will be continuing with the Hatrick show throughout the year, with special guests also being invited. We will also be having an interview with all the admin, with you and Sean at some point. But I'm looking forward to the Tier 4 interview on, it's this Thursday, you?
Yes, this Thursday. We'll get all that sorted out. It'll be great to speak to them and see how they've all gotten on. But a big thanks to you, Robin, and the whole admin team, because it's been a pleasure to commentate on such a every race was incredibly close. There was never a dull moment. It was always something happening, and we saw fantastic drivers that you've been able to gather together right across South Africa, and it's been a privilege to watch the depth of talent that has emerged there, and just the fun and the character of the drivers as well that has really come through. So thank you very much for having us to participate in the commentary for this really lovely championship.
That's a pleasure, you.
Yeah, and thanks for giving away my secret there as well, Robin.
What was the secret?
Something about something written down, but yeah.
Listen, if I can say this, I've learned so much from the two of you in regards to broadcasting and the preparation, and putting the YouTube channels together. And I just need to put it out there is that Flawed and you that don't commentate, they do assist a lot with regards to how we present our channel. And I'd like to ask you guys to continue supporting the channel, like and subscribe and share as much as what you can. We are trying to grow the channel to a point where we can monetize it, and hopefully we'll be able to make some more funds available, and some more prizes and growing the sport in general. So once again, just a huge shout out to these two boys. They deserve a huge round of applause.
I appreciate you, Robin. You're going to make us cry, I think.
Please don't. Please don't.
Yeah, you don't want that, for sure. But Robin, thank you so much for your time, and I'm sure, in the sort of coming weeks, we'll be talking, and absolutely can't wait for the grand prize, really, isn't it? The MSA Cup coming up in about 4 to 5 weeks' time, isn't it? So that's going to be the big one.
It's been a long time in the making. It's taken quite a long process to get sim racing South Africa to the point where the boys can race for this MSA Cup and then the nationals thereafter. And once they've done that, they can then qualify for their Springbok colours. And so the growth's been amazing with regards to the sport and taking it from a social league, which we very much are. Season 1 is probably one of our most important. It keeps our community together and racing. But the MSA Cup is there for a national accreditation, and from that point on, esports, and hopefully getting the South African flag into these World Series events and Olympic. So it's been a great progress, and with the support of all our members, we will most certainly get there quicker. So a huge shout out once again, all our members. Without you guys, nothing's possible. Nothing can be achieved without every single one of you. So just everybody needs to just be accredited for the support that they've given to SMA.
Yeah, indeed. Well, it's a team effort, as we always say, Robin. You know, everyone pulls in the same direction, and you know, then we get the great event and championship that is the SMA, and long may it continue. So, Robin, I know you are struggling with your voice and feeling a little bit worse for wear with you know, your illness at the moment. So I hope that you get well soon. And
thank you.
And yeah, like I say, hopefully we'll get to chat to you once you are a little bit better, and for sure look forward to obviously the interviews hosted by Hugh Hatrick as well. So, but you know, thank you so much for your time, Robin, and get well soon.
Thanks, Hugh, and thanks, Sean, and once again to all the members completing the Season 1 SMA Championship, and we'll be putting out notifications shortly with regards to the MSA Cup. And thanks very much, and have a good evening, and have a safe week. Good night.
Thank you.
Yeah, good night to you, Robin. Thank you very much, mate. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Okay, right. So yeah, absolute legend. That is Robin Williams. But also as well, just to sort of mirror on what Robin said there. Of course, we have got our social media. So if you haven't already checked it out, go and check it out at Sim Motorsport Association for our Facebook, Instagram, Discord, as well as obviously YouTube as well. So do make sure you hit the subscribe buttons for each and every one of them, or hit that follow button, should I say. But certainly on the YouTube as well, make sure you do hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel and you have enjoyed this championship, and certainly today. Make sure you do smash that like button as well to really push out the content to everyone globally as well, and definitely interact on the comments section as well. It'd be nice to hear your thoughts and stuff. But yeah, if you do want to get involved in these leagues, particularly the MSA Cup, then do check out our Discord. We've got about 180 members now, so and it is growing. So this amazing community we have it keeps growing, and we would like to grow it even further. But if you do want to get yourselves involved, then do talk to the admin staff and those concerned, and I'm pretty sure we'll have you in for future championships to follow. And yeah, speaking of the interviews as well, Hugh, so as Robin mentioned, you get to speak to the Tier 4 drivers this week. Tell us a little bit about what's coming up.
Yes, we're going to be interviewing the Tier 4 drivers this week, and I've already met one or two of them, but they're a lovely group. As with all the tiers, they're ready to discuss how they've gotten on, their take of the season, their performance, and why they love sim racing and how they got started and what kind of rigs they have. So we'll go through all the questions. Plus, if you're watching there, it's live, so you can ask questions too. And we have a wonderful group in the comments. We've had great viewing figures, so it would be great to have you all with us on Thursday. That will be from 8:15 p.m. South African time and 7:15 p.m. UK time. So make sure you join us for that. And we're going to continue right the way through with lots more interviews as the weeks come on for Tier 5, a week on Thursday, and then there'll be more interviews. I believe Sean will be having you on at some point very soon as well, as Robin said earlier. But yeah, so really looking forward to interviewing the participants, the racers, and getting their point of view and their enthusiasm for sim racing.
Yes, indeed. And also as well, I think you may be interviewing the SMA admin staff as well. I'm not sure if they were covered in the tiers or not, but certainly there's a few of them, isn't there? So you get to get the thoughts and ask them the questions of SMA in general, I guess, Hugh, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, definitely. It's great fun, and it's also to see this, the amount of work that's been put into this. Now, not just from the admin's point of view, but also the drivers, the amount of practice that they're doing, really finding out what makes them tick and how they're, how they get their strategies, how they get used to the cars, because many of them are driving using different wheels and pedals. Some of them are at a disadvantage, and some of them have better equipment. So it's a real mixed match, but it's great to find out exactly what people think of the game and how they're playing, and their love for sim racing. And it's huge enthusiasm, and we've seen fantastic racing right the way through the championship. So now we get to see exactly what the drivers think. So make sure you join us, because you don't want to miss it.
Yeah, and so make sure you do check out the Hugh Hatrick YouTube channel. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button for him, firstly, and get yourselves involved. And I'm pretty sure that Hugh will probably read the chat and answer some of the questions if you've got any for Hugh.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely go and check it out this Thursday for sure. And we got to keep thanking everyone right now, because there's a lot of people to thank. So make sure. For the last time, we do need to actually shout out the sponsors that have supported us throughout this season. So a big thank you from all of us at the SMA to TGSE Cape Town Golf Academy, who provide elite coaching for elite golfing students, helping them reach their full potential. And also to simulatorcave.com, providing all the high-end sim racing equipment one could hope to desire. An exclusive service provided for the public of South Africa, from the beginners to more seasoned sim racing pros, and even provide an in-house tour of everything from race wheels to cockpits, or even as one package, where you get to try out all the simulators so you know what you are buying. And I have to say that I have spoken to JP, the owner, personally, and he will bring you all his expertise on all things sim racing, whether it's a technical advice that you need, or his expert analysis on the products that they sell, as well as having their own service department for any problems you encounter on your wheels. So make sure you do check out www.simulatorcave.com. The link is in the description below. And also as well, so big thank you to Motorsport South Africa, working in association with us here in the SMA, providing that world-class support needed to keep this league professional. So we are proud to present to you the MSA Cup starting on June the 9th, with registration to open on May the 5th, and the seeding to take place on the last week of May, commencing the 27th to the 31st of May. So get yourselves ready for it. This is your place to compete in the most prestigious event South Africa has to offer. Earn your pro license, create your chance to make history. You'll be officially accredited for your achievements and earn the right to win your green jackets, all from under the same umbrella of the world governing body of motorsport. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but that is the FIA and Motorsport South Africa. So make sure you check out the appropriate sections in our SMA Discord for further details. But a big thank you to all the sponsors that have supported us throughout the SMA in season 1. So lastly, I do need to thank the admin staff who have, of course, worked tirelessly in the background of SMA to keep things in ship-shape order. The race director as well, that puts together 12 of the best races in the GT500 cars. Well, technically 11 and 1 in the Aston Martin Valkyrie. But obviously a huge shout out to Robin Williams, that not only drives and drove in the Tier 2, but is the mastermind behind all of this. But also to Paul McKenzie, the chairman of SMA, who runs this tight ship. A special shout out to all the drivers that have participated throughout the tiers and keeping us all on our toes, and certainly for me, losing my voice on a weekly basis, definitely countless occasions, and definitely a big thank you to my sidekick and the legend that is Hugh Hatrick. Thank you for your company throughout the season.
Oh, thank you very much, Sean. It's been an absolute pleasure. The races have been so exciting. It's been a great learning curve for me just to be able to watch them all and try and keep up with all the action. But it's been really good fun. It's been enthralling to watch all the different, the great tracks that we've been playing on, the great tracks that the drivers have really given their utmost to give us a fantastic race. So yes, I think we've all lost our voice almost. We need a bit of a rest to be able to recover. But it's been an absolute pleasure, and looking forward to seeing the MSA Championship come very soon, and to get these drivers back out racing and to see if they can get one up on each other again. But no, it's been really, really an amazing championship to commentate on, and a real pleasure to be a part of.
Yeah, and also I do need to give a big shout out to Mr. John Wright, who was the other commentator for a couple of the races towards the start of the season 2, and I think, Hugh, there's something in the springs of the Scottish mountains which seems to create the best of commentators, I think,
Well, we try too much Highland Spring perhaps. Maybe that's got to us, but no, it's just, I mean, we love the enthusiasm. It's when we see a great race and we see people trying so hard and being so consistent and really giving it their all. Motorsport is such a lovely sport to commentate on, and I hope we've given every viewer a really good run for their money, a good value as for the championship, because it's certainly been a privilege to watch these drivers do so well, and to be part of that.
Yeah, indeed. Well, I'm glad you've really enjoyed it, Hugh. That, obviously that's always the goal, and like I say, that legendary commentary is something to behold. I do lastly need to thank of course, the viewing public. Without your support, which has been absolutely immense, we wouldn't have had a broadcast really without them. So from the bottom of our hearts, a big thank you for welcoming us with open arms. We really appreciate it. Yes, I guess the last question I need to ask you, Hugh. So obviously I know you've enjoyed this season, but the one question I've been dying to ask you is, who is your driver of the season, or is it a little bit obvious?
Well, certainly, I mean, Levitius has done a phenomenal job He's really shown his skills with the strategy that he's been able to do week in, week out, really coming from anywhere on the grid. I mean, normally starting from the front, but even when things have been difficult and he's gone down a number of places, there've been one or two times when I thought, no, he's not maybe going to do it this time, but he's always been able to get back and manage to win the race. So yeah, no, I hope we can get more challengers to him as the MSA starts in a few weeks' time. But it's been great to watch. So he is definitely the driver of the championship without a doubt. But I mean, some fantastic performances, just like tonight with Neil getting on the podium for the first time, because most of the time he's been, as you said, about between 7th and 10th. But to suddenly get that right and to get up there, and for many laps he was in 2nd place. And just unfortunately lost it a little bit to Dickey in the last lap there. But no, I think without doubt, Levi is the driver of the championship, a well-deserved champion, the SMA GT500 championship winner. But people like Neo and many others and Dickey have done a fantastic job to get up there and make the championship what it is today.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you with that. I mean, yeah, you could talk throughout the grid. Some absolutely fantastic performances. I'm very proud of Captain Slow as well, because of course he came from it was originally tier 2. Got demoted to tier 3 because I think he missed a race, and then eventually he got promoted up into tier 1, and he stayed there. And he performed brilliantly. He was very competitive and fully deserved his tier 1 position. So yeah. Captain Slow, I think, is definitely a special mention there, I think. But yeah, throughout the season, we had some great performances. Of course, the other two winners, because obviously, Levitius won 10 races out of the 12 available, but it was VSR's JDJ and TNR's Dickey that got the other 2 wins. So they performed very, very well throughout the season as well. There was a lot of challenges perhaps for the sort of 2nd, 3rd position, but obviously the main man, Levitius, he was dominant throughout the season and fully deserved his SMA Season 1 title. So, big congratulations to Levitius, big congratulations to Dickey for 2nd, and I think it was Wolfie for 3rd. So they will get prizes from tier 1, and all the drivers throughout the tiers as well. Big congratulations to all the winners, and of course everyone that participated as well and put on such a show for all of us. So but yeah, Hugh, this is probably where I need to close it off here, but again, massive thank you to you for joining me for the majority of the season. I hope to have you back for the MSA Cup.
Yes, thank you so much, Sean. It's been an absolute pleasure. And we'll certainly be doing interviews and no doubt helping you with commentary for the MSA Cup in the summertime. So thoroughly looking forward to that. And thank you to all the viewers and all the support for everyone who has commented on our commentary. That's a bit of a tongue twister, that one. But it's been great to have all the comments and the support and just the fun of the championship as we get to commentate on these great races week in, week out. So thank you very much, Sean. Very much appreciate you choosing me to commentate alongside you. It's been a real pleasure.
You're very, very welcome. Great job from you, Hugh, and we'll definitely be talking in the future. It was Levitius who is the first champion to grace the SMA. But will he be able to carry that momentum through to the MSA Cup? Make sure you look out for the notifications on YouTube, as well as our Discord for announcements on all things SMA, and we'll be back in just over a month's time on the 9th of June 2025 for the full coverage of the MSA Cup. We've also got some new commentators joining the ranks of the SMA and MSA commentary team. We will introduce them over time throughout this season of the MSA Cup. for now, though, I think it's time to sign out of season 1. So enjoy your time off. And it's been myself, Flawed Genius Gaming, and the one and only Hugh Hatrick. So thank you for having us, and stay safe out there. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.